Shit, it's not.
No.
I didn't think it was.
The lore.
I thought it was still Serbian's latte.
5 minutes.
The lore.
Oh.
Oh my god.
No.
You almost got doped, dude.
Oh, run.
It's time for
Yeah,
some
my way.
Asian.
Why did you try to do it from that far? Welcome back everyone to my little corner of the internet. Holy crap guys, at the time of writing this, I'm about to pass 100 subscribers. 6 weeks ago, I told myself I would be happy with just 100 views on one video and I would have called that a success. And I wish I could have shown you how excited I was when I reached that in just one day after posting the first video. Now it's almost at 2,000 views. So again, I know I sound like a broken record, but thank you guys so freaking much, and I promise I'll keep this up. As an added bonus to celebrate 100 subs though, I'm going to challenge you guys. If I can get 30 likes on this video by next Wednesday, and yeah, you heard me right, just a simple 30, and I'll do a bonus episode next Wednesday as a thank you for all your support. Aside from that, I do have a special episode for you all this week. We have our very first themed video. All of these guardians are rocking some white shaders and look so clean. And what inspired me to do this was a special guest that we're gonna have. And you kind of heard him at the start of the video. You're not gonna recognize him, so don't think it's some YouTube celebrity, but he is my clanmate and you'll see more of him later on in the video. But no more rambling. I'm MuffinBandit, and as always, I'm here to stop you from looking like your mama dressed you and helping you look like the hero that you are, starting with Strailax and his white Thorn. For the head, this guy's got the Winterheart helm. For his arms, he's got the Winterheart gauntlets. For his chest, he's got the phenotype plasticity plate. For his legs, he has the virtuous greaves. For his class item, he has the virtuous mark. And for his shader, he has on the monochromatic. So both his helmet and his arms come from 2 dawnings ago. If you don't play Destiny during the winter time or Christmas time, you really should grind out for that bright dust, or if you can and you have the money for it, buy the armor sets. You won't regret it. They all look really good. The chest is from last season pass. I've featured it so many times now. The virtuous greaves and the virtuous mark, again, I've mentioned it so many times. It's this season's ornaments. Do yourself a favor. I don't care what you have to do. Grind it out. Get these armor sets. Everybody's using them, and you'll see them here in later builds. And the shader he has on the monochromatic, just a really good old favorite. You can't really go wrong with it. Go and get it. Up next, we have our special guest, DeathbyDusk, and you might have seen him at the top of the fashion subreddit if you were paying attention this last week. He was the very top post. I was very proud of him. Before he even posted it, I immediately saw his Titan and I was like, dude, you just made the thumbnail because it looks so freaking good. For his helmet, he has on his favorite helmet of all time. I've seen him do several builds with it and it always looks really freaking good. It's the Jensen Knight helm. For his arms, he has on the Scourge of the Past raid gauntlets, the Bulletsmith's Ire, I think that's how you pronounce that. For his chest, he has my absolute favorite piece of armor that I don't freaking have, Phoenix Stripe Type 0 with the Phoenix Battle Ornament. It's the one with the feathers. It's in all the top builds. God, I really freaking want that chest plate. Anyway, so for his legs, he has on the Dune Marchers. Again, it's really freaking popular to use these on a lot of builds. I don't really use them too much for actual gameplay, but to look good and if you want to use it, just go for it, dude. I mean, he's making it work for him. For the class item, he has on the Righteous Mark, again from this season's Battle Pass. For the shader, he has on the Suros Modular Shine. Again, you're gonna see this as a very common thing with him if he ever comes back on this show. He even kind of suggested that I use this from one of my builds like a week ago. I didn't keep it, but because everybody kept poking fun at me and comparing me to him. but this is his favorite shader. A lot of armor sets look really good with it, but I mean, don't try to copy him. This is his shader. Never take it from him, or I will call you out. So good job, buddy. Super proud of you. I think you got like what, 3.1k upvotes on the fashion subreddit. So that's like way more than I've ever gotten. So if you ever want to take over the channel, you know what? It's yours. You beat me, you've earned it. So up next we have TheRaw Meat and his guardian angel. By the way, if you guys ever see your own post on here and you see that I don't name it whatever you named it or whatever your post name was, just know I renamed some of these for you guys because, I don't know, maybe your name is bad, or in this case you just didn't have a name. But anyway, your head, you have on the soaring sword ornament, a very popular helmet or ornament that I don't know exactly where you get it from. I think it came out when Destiny 2 came out, so it might be like one of the really old ornaments, but just a really good helmet that could fit with a lot of other builds. For his arms, he has on the Winterheart grip ornament. For his chest, he has on the Northlight vest ornament. For his legs, again, the Northlight stride ornament. The class item, he has on the Empyrean cartographer cloak ornament. For his shader, he has on the Crucible solemnity. And if you wanted even more proof that you should play Destiny during the dawning and you should try to grind for these freaking armor sets, there it is. This guy looks freaking great. Grind for them. They are freaking worth it. Even though I bought the armor set for my Titan, this one kind of makes me wish I bought it for my Hunter as well. Even though I don't spend too much time on my Hunter or my Warlock, I should have bought the sets for them because just looking at this Hunter makes me super freaking jealous. Good job, Raw Meat. So I kind of tricked you guys. We actually have 2 special guests on the show today, and I mean, it's me. Now I know what you're thinking. You can't just put your armor set up there, Muffin. That's cheating. Well, I beg to differ because I think I look really good. And also, I'm gonna tempt you a little bit more to grind out for that season pass and get the armor sets because I have on the Virtuous Helm, I have on the Virtuous Greaves, and I have on the Virtuous Mark. And for my arms, I have on, you know, just regular old Doomfang, still looks really freaking good. For the chest, I have on the Empyrean Cartographer plate ornament, and for my shader, it's all Precursor Vex Chrome. And it goes to show how much I care about how I look in this game because I'm primarily a Titan that likes using arc builds, and you can kind of see it there in the video where I just like shotgunning and punching all the enemies to death. But this armor set kind of made me switch into a Void Titan just because I want to look good while I'm killing things, you know? But also, I'm going to let you guys be the judge of my build today. I'm not going to post this on the fashion sub. I'm going to let you guys have first, you know, viewing pleasure of it. Tell me what you guys think down below, if you like it, if you don't like it, what you would want me to change, or if you guys have any better ideas for adding to this. Next up on the list we have OG Brillo with his garlic build, and we're going to need the whole screen for this one because he took a lot of really great shots. And I don't remember why I called it garlic. This wasn't what he had on his post. It had something to do with garlic. I don't know if it was because it looked like a vampire, but on his head he has on the Wrath Troll hood ornament. On his arms he has on the exotic Ophidian aspect, and I believe it increases your like melee range, which Warlocks already have like a crazy melee range. So I mean, try it out. I don't personally really use my Warlock, so I would love to try this one out. For the chest, he has on the Virtuous Robe ornament. For his legs, he has on the Virtuous Boot ornament. For his class item, he has on the Dreambane Bond, and you can kind of see the Dreambane Bond in there. It's like a wing and it's pokey. It actually looks really cool, and I mean, I noticed it. You gotta cut Warlock some slack, man, because it's really hard to be a Warlock in the fashion game because a lot of your helmets just look the same, and I wish Bungie did you guys more of a service and gave you guys more unique looking armor pieces. And I mean, this is a good start, and it's also just a really good looking Warlock. Good job, man. I actually just recently made a Warlock just because of the season armor, because I can't let this armor pass by. I mean, you saw the builds like last week. It looks freaking good. Next up we have, I'm gonna pronounce this wrong, Dilsaus del South. For you have a Snow Squad sniper build with the Virtuous Mask ornament, the Neoteric Coyote Grasp ornament. For the chest, you have on my favorite for the hunters, the Empyrean Cartographer vest ornament. For the legs, you have on the Bombardiers, and if you haven't caught on yet, Bombardiers are the new hit exotic for the hunters. As far as just like looks wise go, because I don't know how well they perform in PvP or PvE, you tell me. For the class item, he has on the Neoteric Coyote Cloak ornament, and for the shader, he has on the Gift of the Nine. Speaking of Gift of the Nine, I wish the Nine would give me this cloak. I actually don't know where it came from. I think it just launched with Destiny 2, but I need it. I want it for my hunter because a lot of hunters on the fashion subreddit use it, and I mean, I got a copy of them. It looks really good. Really good job on your build. Fits the theme so well. And I actually have one more guardian for you guys, but afterwards, I think I have a sniper rifle that I have that I can show you that would actually really suit this build. Alright, before we get to that, we have Six Silent America with his Antarctic Prince build. For his head, he has on the Crown of Sorrows raid helmet called Shadow's Mind. For his arms, he has on the Virtuous Gloves. For his chest, he has on the Virtuous Robes. For his legs, he has on the Virtuous Boots. For his class item, he has on the Virtuous Bond. And for his shader, he has the Circadian Chill. And again, get yourself that Virtuous set, because it looks so freaking good. And normally I wouldn't feature Warlock like this, because he basically has on everything of one single set of armor, and then just change one, piece of it. But I thought it looked really good, and it was worth showing you guys that you don't need to waste a lot of freaking money just to look good in this game. You just need to have like the expansion passes and just play normally and maybe do a raid or two, and then you can look like this guy. I mean, this guy has on the season pass stuff, yes, but he also has on a helmet that you can get year round as long as you do the raid, find yourself some friends. You can do it, I believe in you. Alright, so I didn't find too much as far as weapons go on the subreddit this time, but I did do a little bit of digging, and I found this Corrupted Transfiguration from Dicklebot 2000, and this has on the Bloody Tooth shader that comes from Shaxx or the Crucible, and it turns the weapon completely black. This weapon Transfiguration is from the Last Wish raid, and I don't really use it too much, but I mean, I kind of want to now just because I can make it look this cool. I kind of want to try Bloody Tooth on other weapons now and see if it turns them like completely black like this, or maybe on other Dreaming City weapons. I mean, give it a try. Tell me down below whether you liked it or not with other weapons. And also, shout out Dinklebot, we miss you, even if you were a little bit boring. And here I go cheating again. This is my personal sniper rifle that I've been loving, by the way. This is the sniper rifle that I wanted the Snow Squad sniper to have a couple of minutes back. I've been having a lot of fun with the Trophy Hunter lately. It doesn't have the most perfect role for PvP, but it still feels so good. It feels like the best thing I can compare it to is like a Halo sniper rifle, and even like the reloading, that gives me a nostalgia. I don't know, maybe from Halo, but anyway. So I call this my Snow Trophy Hunter. I know, original name. And it has on the Zeraph's prized longbow ornament, and you get this from just grinding out that season pass. It's like towards the end. And I put on the Arctic Dreamscape shader on it by accident. I mean, not by accident, but I was just kind of clicking through shaders, seeing what looked good with it, and this one kind of looked pretty cool. Made me feel like I was a real sniper. As a complete side note to this, just try to get this sniper rifle for yourself. It's not too hard to get, and I mean, there's only one roll of it as far as I know. And you get this from this season's Sundial stuff. You get it from the Tower Obelisk. And just do it, man. I mean, it has a really fancy reload animation. It feels snappy, and it makes for really easy headshots for some reason. And that's going to be it for the builds. But I wanted to add something here at the end. I saw a couple of comments talking about how I only feature armor sets that are either in the season pass or, are behind like paywalls with like tests. and that they go away after a couple of months. And I completely understand your concerns, especially since some of you guys are brand new to the game, you're a bunch of new lights. And I've also seen comments that have given me ideas, like maybe do a dedicated video to just armor sets and builds that you can, you know, get year round no matter what. And you know, I can work on that, but that's gonna take a little bit of time since I don't really have a lot of time to be working on armor sets. I wish I had all the time in the world, but I do have a day job. But in the meantime, and while you wait for me to make that video for you guys, and I promise I'm keeping my eye out for some really good builds that you can make right now, here are a couple of armor sets that you can get year round. You will have to buy some of the expansion passes, but I promise you won't regret it, and there's a lot of potential here to start off with. And no one's gonna judge you for using these armor sets, because at one point these are all we had, and we were combining these exact armor sets to make other types of builds. Some of them have been, you know, popping here and there while I've been talking, but these are all the Gambit Prime armor sets, and they remind me of almost the Halo sets, where they have like the little visor, and then they look a lot more soldier-like. I would, you know, do yourself a favor, play a little bit of Gambit Prime. I know people don't really like Gambit too much, but I mean, try it out. These armor sets are definitely worth it, and you won't regret it. Another thing that might be a little bit harder to do for you guys, but you should definitely try to do, are all the raids. All these raid sets, I mean, Bungie puts in a lot of work to make them, and then, I mean, just look at them. They're freaking cool. The shoulders from the Garden of Salvation armor sets, or I personally use the legs of the Scourge of the Past raid set for like forever. And the really great raid is the Last Wish raid. It's really fun to do and really rewarding as far as armor sets go. They all look like knights, and they all have a medieval theme to them. These last few armor sets are from the Menagerie and from the Forges. Really quick activities to do, especially the Forges. The Forges don't take more than like 5-10 minutes. They're really easy to do. Just go ahead and do them. Really good building blocks again for good looking armor sets. I'm probably going to use them myself whenever I decide to do the video on you know, year-round armor sets for you guys. And actually, I have an idea. Link me down below if you come up with any builds with armors that are only available year-round, and that'll help me get that video out quicker, and I could feature one of you guys. So like I said, link it down below, and I will take a look at absolutely all of them. Don't forget to do all the typical YouTube stuff like commenting, liking, subscribing, hitting the notification bell. And remember, if we get more than 30 likes on this video before next Wednesday, you will see a bonus video that next Wednesday as a thank you. And as always, thank you guys so much. Stay beautiful.